Hey, what's happening, Nerd Fam? Nerdy Jace here, and I'm back with a new What's in the Box video. What's in the Box is my version of a pickups video. It's stuff I find online, in stores, things I get through crowdfunding, Kickstarters, eBay, gifts from friends and family, whatever. Show it off to you guys and gals out there. Give a little bit of my commentary or random facts I might know or personal stories, yada yada. Again, I show it off to you out there, and then hopefully turn you on to something that you may not have seen before, or just pique your interest in general. And today's video is primarily going to be surprise surprise movies. But this is my order from back from the Memorial Day sale on Vinegar Syndrome, and also a couple gifts from the Wifey, which is very nice. Yeah, so it took me a while to get my Blu-rays, because again, Vinegar Syndrome, they have sales here and there, but they also have a lot of affiliated like smaller distribution companies and stuff that they also have sales and stuff on. They all go through Vinegar Syndrome's website, because again, it's a bigger thing. So I don't know, with that, and then just because they put out such great quality products in their DVDs, Blu-rays, and then extra stuff that they have, they get a lot of orders, so that kind of prolonged getting my order picked, and then sending out, yada yada yada. But that's going to be the end part of the video. First, I'm going to knock out a couple gifts that my wife got me. First one is a shirt that I've been wanting for a very long time. Again, I'm a huge fan of The Hobbit. It's my favorite book of all time. To a lesser extent, Lord of the Rings. But this, I've wanted this ever since I've wanted it on a t-shirt ever since I've seen it. It was a meme before, and very fucking accurate too. But it is a take on the first screen of The Legend of Zelda on NES for, those old farts like me that played it back in the day, or, if you've discovered it later on through various means. You had the opening map screen. There's a little cave entrance right there. You go straight up, and you have this random guy in a robe goes up and has a sword above him, and he says, it's dangerous to go out alone. Here, take this. So you get your first weapon, and then you go out and start killing shit. Well, the Lord of the Rings version of this is Gandalf handing Sam to Frodo, because again, Samwise Gamgee is the all-star of this fucking story. If it wasn't for him, then, Frodo would have failed in the mission, and, the Dark Lord Sauron himself would have reemerged, and blah, 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 blah. But I love this, and I've been wanting a shirt with this for a very long time, and then finally, my wife, I guess, tracked down somebody that actually got it on a shirt, and she surprised me with it, so it was awesome. And I love the way the shirt feels. Is very nice too. It's soft and whatnot, but again, I absolutely love this. And again, like I said, it's accurate as fuck. So yeah, that was awesome. And then second thing is a sticker set. So this is all based on one of my favorite Transformers, Soundwave. So yeah, a couple little sticker sets from that, and I'll get show more up close here in a sec. And side note, Lego just revealed that the next Transformer in their little set is going to be Soundwave, and he's also going to come with Ravage and Laserbeak. So that's awesome. I'm going to get that fucker, and it's going to be great. But again, I've always loved Soundwave, because he was just cool, popping the tapes out, and they, come out to little mini dudes that would go and wreak havoc and stuff like that. And also, as you know from my other videos and me talking about and stuff, we have 2 black cats. And if you're a cat owner, you know exactly how eccentric, amongst other words, that they are, and kick-ass and rock and roll. Prior to Julia, moving in officially, and then us getting married, blah blah blah. Over at the old house, they were inside-outside cats. So, kick-ass especially, he would want to come in, make a loop around the house, the inside of the living room and all that, and turn around and want to go back outside, like rinse, repeat. It would drive us freaking crazy. So the thing that prompted this was there's another meme, and whatever, where Soundwave has the tape deck eject, and Ravage is just like lounging in that, and Soundwave is saying, in or out Ravage. So yeah, I'm like, dude, I need that on a shirt or a sticker or something. And then there's another image too that I saw, and that's this one, where again, Soundwave is cuddling with Ravage, basically. So again, Julia got on Etsy or one of those little things, Pinterest, and found somebody or whatever that had some prints. So I was come in here one day, and then boom, there's just sitting right there. So that was very sweet. And then there's another one where, again, very accurate, where Ravage is across the laptop. Come on. In the way, and of course, being all cute and stuff. And this one, Rumble is holding on to Ravage. And then, of course, we got a different little one with Soundwave, Ravage, and Laserbeak. So that's cool. Let's see if I can get that one back up again. There it goes. Now it's focusing. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, love that. So yeah, I'm gonna put these on a couple of my cups. Like my big white one that I've had in videos, and also my little work thermos I take with me that has my my water in it. Add it to my cavity color and my Frieza. So probably put it over here or something. So yeah, that's cool, and I love it, and I love my wife. I love you bunches, Julia. All right. So then, so now we're gonna get to my Vinegar Syndrome order. So yeah, well, there was a few things because I kind of waited. So a few things that was on my radar got snatched up, but these were also in there, and I got it. Sadly, on the Vinegar Syndrome specific ones, I missed out on the cool slip covers and stuff, because again, when they do one of these special editions or whatever on their releases, you got to jump on that, because the special slip covers and alternate box art, they're usually limited to only a few thousand copies. So once that, then you get just the generic stuff. Might not matter to a lot of you, but to the movie geek like me and like collecting all that stuff, I like that kind of thing. This first one is one of the Vinegar Syndrome affiliate studios, and I'm trying to see where it's AGFA. I don't know who that is. Okay, American Genre Film Archive, and this is a documentary on Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and this was also the basis that they used, the Netflix show used, because they interview a lot of the wrestlers in their producers and that kind of thing. So yeah, this is basically the story of how it came to be, because it ran from 80 something to like very early 90s, like 92. Yes, from 1986 to 92. And I want to say it came on like late night. It was like random times, but I do remember a little bit. Like I came across it again, staying up later than I should have, say during the summer or whatnot. And I want to say I saw like some reruns or whatever of it. I'm just like, okay, this is kind of weird because they did all kind. This just wasn't a wrestling show. They were trying to figure out their identity and everything. And a lot of the wrestlers and stuff were also, they had to do stuff on the outside. So they do modeling. A lot of them would pose for like Playboy and things like that. Be in like music videos and shit like that. And actually, that's what they would do. They would do all these like skits and things, and then again, they'd have a little music things, little dance numbers and stuff. So it was kind of all over the place. But it's very very niche, and you had to be there with it, at the time. But again, it has special features and all that bunch of good stuff. And really, the only one I really remember, some of them went on to bigger promotions and stuff. The main one, to my knowledge, is Lisa Moretti, who, if you watched WWF during the Attitude Era and everything, she was Ivory, and she was in Right to Censor and all that stuff. But in Glow, she was Tina Ferrari. So she's one of the ones that I really remember. But yeah, so it's going to be cool to check this out and go even more in depth. And again, the Netflix show was awesome. Hopefully Netflix will put that entire series on video, on physical media also, so we can get that, because I definitely enjoyed that also. But yeah, that's the first one. Next one I have, it's a Linnea Quigley double feature. I love me some Linnea Quigley. Again, one of the big 80s scream queens. And this is a straight, these were straight to video. So these are erotic thrillers that came out in like 89. And that's Murder Weapon and Deadly Embrace. And one of them also, one of her other longtime collaborators, Michelle Bowers, in one of them with her. But again, yeah, these were never released theatrically. And then Vinegar Syndrome got them, restored them with, the full blood and guts and nudity and all that stuff, and scan the original negative and things like that. So yeah, definitely looking forward to checking these out also, even if for the the what camp factor there might be, because especially with erotic thrillers, you never know which way that they can go. But yeah, so some more Linnea Quigley for my collection. And then the next two are 4K Blu-rays. Both 90s movies. So this one, and I've never seen this before either. I always would see the cover on the like the video store, and I would stay away from it, and a few things like that too, because I would, because it's bug centric or whatever, and those can definitely be disgusting or whatever. But that that was at the time. But anywho, the movie's Ticks. So yeah, this is from director Tony Randall, and he directed this. He also directed Hellraiser 2. He worked on Hellraiser 1. He also worked on Escape from New York, and some other things. He also directed Amityville 1992. But this, this came out in 93. And basically, it's a group of, troubled, misguided, misfit teens they've been forced to attend like a little summer camp to, uh, or some camp at a wildlife reserve to, change their ways and be better people, and that whole freaking cliche. But unbeknownst to them, like right across the like the nearby woods, there's there's an illegal marijuana uh growing operation or something, and the pesticides that they spray on that affects the ticks around there, and then they become big, enormous, disgusting, mongoloid creatures or whatever. So lots of gross out effects from excuse me, from special effects supervisor Doug Beswick. So yeah, he also did special effects and was like visual supervisor for such movies as he did stuff on Terminator, Aliens, Darkman. Let's see, let's get the glare out of there. Darkman. Did some stuff on Beetlejuice, Gremlins 2, Empire Strikes Back, Evil Dead 2. So yeah, he's been special effecting and visual effecting for quite a while. Yeah, this also had so it stars Seth Green, who we all know who Seth Green is. Alfonso Ribeiro, who of course we know as Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Of course, America's Funniest Home Videos now, which, whatever, on that. Amy Dolenz, which she mostly did like TV stuff. She only did like a few movies. But in addition to this, she also did Pumpkinhead 2 and Witchboard 2. And you got Rosalind Allen. So she was she's another one that mostly did TV. She was the it girl on Seinfeld, if you remember that. I mostly remember her from she had like a little small part in Naked Gun 33 1/3, but I really remember her from the show Sequest. I really liked Sequest growing up when that was on. And then of course one of the executive producers is Brian Usna. So, again, his quirky stuff, you can see that in here too. And, goes without saying, I've talked about Brian Usna in other videos with all the awesome shit that he's done. Oh, yeah. And then we also have gratuitous Clint Howard. So, yeah, Brother Tehran and all that stuff. Bit parts in countless movies. But yeah, there's the Blu-rays and all that. So very cool. And again, Vinegar Syndrome puts out fucking awesome releases. Everything they put out, they go the extra mile on making it look great and crisp and getting all the special features and things like that. So yeah, definitely I recommend checking them out if you if you're into cult films, and they have mainstream stuff too. All right, and then last we're going to end with a controversial movie for the time, and the time being 1995. So I was fresh in 8th grade when this came out, and then of course when I was showing all these to the wifey, as soon as I brought this out, she just kind of did a really and rolled her eyes, and I'm like, yes, this is a fucking great campy movie. And that would be Paul Verhoeven's Showgirls. And sadly, so this is a different slipcover. I missed out on the first 4K release of this that had like awesome case and had an extra booklet talking about the movie and all that stuff. Because again, had bills and shit to pay at the time, and again, the special edition popped up, dried up just like that. And of course, you know, on Fleabay, that release of it just goes for like hundreds of bucks, which is stupid. And then yeah, so it's a three disc. That the stupid thing. Oh, I thought it was popping out on me, but yeah, couple regular Blu-rays and then the 4K. So yeah, this was supposed to be Elizabeth Berkley's big break. So if you somehow do not know the freaking history of this movie, so this was supposed to be Elizabeth Berkley's first adult role. Her after breaking away from Saved by the Bell, when Saved by the Bell ended, and it did not go the way that she wanted to. No fault of her own. And, at the time, this was so controversial for whatever dumb fucking reason, because it was 1995. That's why. Oh, and then, sorry, going back to some more 90s bullshit. So, yeah, this was, again, marijuana's the fucking devil because of goddamn H.W. Bush and all that. Winners don't use drugs shit. Marijuana was the worst thing in the fucking world, not, black tar, heroin, or cocaine or shit like that. Again, I made that rant in another video. I'm gonna stop it right there. But anywho, it got panned critically and everything, and it's only within the last probably 10 years, 15 years, something like that, well, actually really when the drag queen scene took kind of came back bigger with RuPaul and everything, that it popped back up. And then everybody was like, wait a minute, this is just a campy movie. It's really funny when you think about it. But again, coming from Paul Verhoeven, who, all his movies are controversial in some way, whether it's excessive violence, it's all satirical really. But, over the top violence, nudity, military industrial complex stuff, indoctrination, that kind of thing. So he always takes it a step further, makes you think or whatever. Again, look at RoboCop, look at Total Recall, look at Basic Instinct. All really fucking great movies, but again, over the top violence, over the top sex. Starship Troopers, again, the military industrial complex, the indoctrination, all that kind of stuff. So, he's always pushing the envelope. But again, it's appreciated now for being the campy movie that it is. And, that's awesome. Paul puts on, he does great. He does awesome casting. I'm not sure if it's just all him or whoever he hires to do his casting. Always does a great job. So a great ensemble cast. You also have Gina Gershon. And now I'm gonna brain fart. You got James. Shit, I can't think of his name. James something. He's also been in a bunch of like 90s stuff, TV also. He was also in I think it was one of the Saws. Was it Saw 2? You got Kyle MacLachlan, who he's the Stardust entertainment director, and has the douchey penthouse or hillside mansion with all the crap, and also Robert Davi, who plays he's the strip club owner from the Cheetah. Al's his character name, Al Torres. But you should know him, especially if you're my generation. You know him as Jake in the Goonies. He's one of the Fratelli brothers. He's done a lot of voice work, done TV, like he had the series Profiler. Apparently he was a jazz singer, a jazz vocalist. I didn't know that. But also he was in parts in Die Hard, License to Kill, Predator 2, He was the dad, Rachel McAdams' dad in that Rob Schneider film, Hot Chick. And yeah, he has some fucking great lines in this movie too. And that's the thing too, it's awesome. So he's supposed to be like the sleazy, you know, just strip club owner, but he comes off a whole lot better than, you know, the upscale, you know, kind of show Broadway, not really Broadway, but you know, that kind of epic thing that is Kyle MacLachlan's character. Like he's a whole lot more sleazy than what Al's supposed to be. You know, Al is who he is, straightforward, all that stuff is great, you know, great lines. But again, like the production value of this movie is great. The visuals look awesome with all the neon lights and getting the Vegas vibe, that kind of thing. The dance choreography is great in the movie. So again, it got panned just because of the fucking nudity and shit. Well, I say that, but also it's hard to root for Elizabeth Berkley's character Nomi Malone, because really she's a bitch. She's a bitch in the entire movie. So we're supposed to kind of feel sorry for her for, you know, little things that happen to her here and there, but it's like, well, I mean, you're just a major cunt to you know, your best friend over here, but you know, now we're supposed to be, you know, oh, boo-hoo or whatever, you know. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So like the beginning of the movie, so yeah, she's a drifter coming, you know, trying to run from her past. She's on her way to Vegas. She gets picked up hitchhiking. Guy takes her to well, actually, it was the Stardust Casino. She, you know, he's offering to, you know, like call around for some hotels or something for her, since, you know, she's new to the town. She has a couple bucks to go, you know, gamble at the slot machines, and next thing she knows, dude runs out with her you know, her duffel bag and whatever, and then she's, you know, just just having a tantrum on the character Molly, who actually works at the Stardust. She's the head costume designer of the Stardust, and you know, she's like, you know, what are you doing in my car or whatever, and then her panic attack or whatever ends, and she throws up or whatever, and then Molly, I guess, feels sorry for her, takes her out to get some food, and then she's mega bitch, but then she's not, and then bitch not, whatever. Fast forward to like a couple months later, they're best friends. They room together in her trailer. Nomi works at the Cheetah. She's trying to get onto the big time with Molly at the Stardust, and blah 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 blah. And anywho, so just little things like that. But again, if you've never seen it, just check it out. Look at it through the lens of, like, overall, look at it as a high produced 80s B film, and that should get you in the right mood to get the camp and the full thing. And again, just some of the lines in here are great. I mean, a lot of them are cringe worthy, but still, it's kind of like it's so bad it's good. So yeah, but there you have it. That's going to end this What's in the Box video. Thanks for joining me as always. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, leave some comments on, you know, anything that you've seen in here. And until you know, next video, nerd fan, always remember, Nomi's got heat. Take it easy.